Good afternoon. My name is Paul Church from Clarity Craft here in the UK.
And my name is Louise Golden from Clarity Craft in the UK as well.
Welcome to another episode of Clarity Social TV. I hope everybody's well. I'm going to move that mouse. I always say that.
Just in case.
We'll just give our friends some time to find the room.
Yes.
It's a lovely sunny afternoon out there compared to this morning.
It was a little bit cloudy this morning, wasn't it?
A little bit fresh.
A bit sunny now.
Considering how warm it's been the last few days, or not a few days, but last week it was.
Last week was lovely, wasn't it?
It was very lovely. And then temperatures dropped, but apparently they're on the rise again towards the end of the week.
That'd be nice. Next
It is
weekend.
indeed,
Nice
yes.
weekend.
Typical bank holiday, rain.
I know.
Did you have rain
did.
yesterday?
We had a little bit of rain,
Yeah.
But most of the time it was just cloudy and a bit chilly.
And
some of the
quite
days.
windy as well.
It was really windy one day, yeah.
There we go. You can see some friends in the room. Welcome. The lovely Grace is in the room for you all the way from Brooklyn over in New York. So if you have any questions, she's there to help. We have a show page on our website, which we'll talk about shortly, which Grace will pop a link up to during the course of this hour. So normally on a Tuesday afternoon, I've thrown out of what day is
I know.
holiday.
It feels like a Monday now, doesn't
it? Does,
But
yeah.
It's a Tuesday.
On a Tuesday afternoon at 2:00, we try to revisit some designs that maybe we haven't seen for a while. Because we've often got lots and lots of demos already prepared that we used to do on Create and Craft up in Outdoor before it all went funny. And as many of you know, when we was doing TV demos, we never really get to the end of something. So the lovely design team used to help with those demos. And they would spend a lot of time. So in a way, this is a perfect opportunity for us to shine a light on what they've done for us, and allows us to pick up those boxes and go back and revisit.
Definitely. Yes.
So the collection we're going to look at today was a collection designed by Lucy, who used to work here at Clarity. And Louise has chosen a demo from Karen Jackson. So she's going to put those through their paces. But maybe you're tuning in for the first time and you're wondering, what's all this about? How do I order? So there's several ways in which you can order. Speak slowly, Paul. You can either go to the Clarity Crafts website, which is down here, claritycrafts.com. And on the website, there's a little blue button that says Clarity Show TV. So you can click in there and you can see everything that we're going to be showcasing during the course of this hour. Another way is that you can give the office a call on 01732 868 215, and the lovely Sue, Jazz or Peach will be there to take your phone call. The office is open Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. Obviously closed weekends and bank holidays. So depending on when you're watching this, because you can go back and watch this at any time. So if you're watching this at 2:00 in the morning, you're thinking, I'm going to call up, there won't be anyone there to answer the phone. So you've got various options. And as I just mentioned, you could be watching this afterwards. How do you do that? Several ways. You can go to the website and go to the Catch Up and Craft section. And all of our previous Clarity Social TV shows are all there for you to watch. If there's a demo, like there is this afternoon, there'll be a download. So you can download the demo, see what was made, what was used. And many of our friends print those off, put them in a folder, and then go back and use them as reference. So you've got that option. And the little video is there as well that you can watch. Alternatively, if you've got a smart TV, then you can watch via our YouTube page. So claritycrafts.com YouTube page. All of our live shows are on there as well, from the Shack to Groovi Tuesday, all available for you to go back. And it was interesting. Barb's got her very first 1, 2, 3 online course yesterday. Tomorrow.
Yeah.
She's got it yesterday. No, she's got it tomorrow.
She's like, have I?
It's been a long weekend. It really has. Anyway. It runs on a platform called the Circle platform. So it's like being in the inner circle. And interestingly, I noticed that somebody had posted in the classroom chat that their smart TV has a web browser.
Okay.
So what that meant was that they could go onto their smart TV, bring up their web browser, put the classroom details in, and they can then watch on their big TV.
Oh, wow,
as
that's
well.
clever. That's
So
smart.
yeah, that's very smart. My smart TV doesn't have web browser, but I know some of them do.
That's clever.
So yeah,
It's amazing what you can do
really
now
good.
with technology, isn't it?
It is indeed.
Yeah.
So let's have a look at the designs we're going to be looking at today. So let's bring up some details. So on the side of your screen now, you have product information. You have a 5-digit number at the top, which is 41456. This is Lucy's Folk Art Flowers A5 Square Groovi Plate Collection. The normal RRP for this collection is £39.96. We have a saving of £10, bringing it down to £29. So basically it's 4 for the price of 3.
That's really good.
If you belong to any of our clubs, you also get a discount as well. And so that means a Diamond Club member who gets a 15% discount brings it down to £25.47.
Wow,
which
that's
is
really
crazy.
good price.
It really is. So let's have a look at a little bit more detail on a full screen. So you can see there, you can see where Lucy's come up with these designs, that lovely folk art type flower. You've got frames on there, you've got shapes, you've got borders, you've got flowers. We will have a look at them individually because they are all available individually for £9.99. But I mean, for this price with that saving, it's absolutely madness. So that's going to be the main focus of our show for today. So let's bring those details back up to one side. So should we have a look at the plates in a little bit more detail?
Yes.
If I give you the traced out plate, and what we'll do is,
I'll give you the traced out one on here.
Yes, and I'll do the artwork over there.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go. So first of all, there we are.
So come in a bit closer. That one. There we go. So this is
Lovely.
the first plate.
Wonderful. So you've got a lovely border, and there's lots of different elements, like with all Groovi plates. You've got some lovely elements you can use as just a border, or you can use the frame in itself. That's a really lovely frame.
It's really nice, isn't it? I love the frame around the outside.
These look lovely as well with gel pens. So using the deboss method with the gel pens.
Tracing out in the gel pen. That'd be lovely. I'm going to bring the artwork into you, Louise. I think while we're there. So this is a piece created by Glynis.
Oh, that's lovely, isn't it?
Isn't that nice?
Nice bit of white work, and yeah, it's really, really lovely.
Then this is lovely. So this is from Francis Knott. It's a bit looking like, you mentioned it earlier, Richelieu effect, isn't it? But it's sort of pattern building because there's that flower 4 times.
4 times, and then using different little swirls from different plates.
Yeah.
On the edges as well. Lovely bit of picot cutting as well, isn't it?
Indeed. This one from Sheila Gray.
That's lovely and colourful, isn't it?
I like that. I mean, look at that white work.
Yeah, that's beautiful, isn't it? Really lovely and bright white.
Then I reckon this one's Carol Pankstello because it's got a little bit of perga glitter on there.
Yeah, she loves her perga glitter.
She does it, and so do you. You was having fun with it this morning.
I know, we were talking earlier, weren't we? And,
yeah.
I was like, oh, I like to use a bit of glitter. I'm like, I know.
So this one here from Karen Jackson. Look at that.
That's
lattice
nice.
work.
Just using one element, and then we've got our lattice frame. So showing that you can use them with different plates.
This is nice. Jane Telford.
Oh, pink and green always go well together, don't they? Pink and green.
Some of your favourite colours.
Yes. And Jane's actually made it taller.
She has, yeah.
So it looks really lovely.
Yeah, she's extended it.
She's extended the little
and this
stem.
is using one of Linda Williams's frames.
Yes, and then just a little nice, really lovely bit of picot cutting as well.
Yeah. This one is from Linda Page.
Nice and orange.
Nice and orangey.
Yeah.
And then finally, this one, I think this is a Josie Davidson.
It's lovely.
So let's come out a little bit on that one if we can, so you can sort of
glitter.
see. There we go. So we can see this is the Jane's frame, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. I just looked at that, inspired the frame. And I thought, oh, that looks really nice because you've got that
So
Lovely
this is from the
border.
border one, yeah. So if we bring that in, you can
It's
see
using this.
Josie's used that to fill in. So if you've got Jane's frame, all of these lovely borders would
Yeah.
work beautifully in there, wouldn't it?
Oh, definitely.
This one here from Chris Walker, so that's using some of those elements as well. It's coming close on that one.
Oh yeah, using different. Really nice. Just a little bit like a layering plate, isn't it?
Yeah, into the sections.
Yeah.
So what we'll do now, if I'm going to sneeze. Excuse
Bless
me.
you.
Thank you. Apologies for that. So if we go like that, if you swipe that one out, we'll bring
Swipe
the
in,
next one
swipe
in.
out.
Swipe in, swipe out. Absolutely.
There we go. That's really lovely in the heart as well, isn't it?
Yeah. And as you said earlier on, Louise, these are just elements that you can take. You've got some beautiful corners. You've got this lovely flourish here.
I love the heart sprig. That's really lovely.
Yeah.
And again, you can use this as a frame as well. You could use that to frame, have it 4 times, have it come down as well, like a really lovely heart frame. And then you could pico cut if you're feeling adventurous.
Oh, that is adventurous.
Pico cut around the outside of it.
So in this one here that Jane Telford's created, she's taken the heart element and then she's taken the frame from the previous plate we were looking at. Just to not that one. Not that one. The one coming up.
Oh, okay. The one that's coming up next.
The one that's coming up. This one's from Sheila Gray.
Oh, beautiful.
This one's from Chris Walker, just on some designer parchment. A little
See,
bit of white work.
They really lend themselves well to white work, but also lots of colour.
Yeah, definitely. This one here from Linda Page, and that's that flourish.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's looks really nice to have as
to create a frame, right? Yeah, I like that. Carol Pankstello.
Oh, look
glitter,
at it.
Glitter, glitter.
We can see the glitter.
Excuse me. This one from Glynis.
That's nice, isn't it? With the black and the white together, it looks elegant.
Now this one, I don't need to look on the back on this one. I'm actually going to bring this one in on this camera.
Okay.
There we go. Louise will press the button.
Ta-da.
Look at this. Hang on, I'm going to. So this colourful. One here. Look at that from Francis Knott.
Lovely bit of gold ink.
Yeah, colouring on the top. Isn't that beautiful?
Beautiful, that was.
Let me bring it up to the camera here. I've got to get
this. There you go.
Look at that.
And it almost looks embroidered, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
It really does look lovely.
That is absolutely stunning. Make sure I get it in the right place. I'll put it back down. So there's that one there. And then the final plate in the collection, number 2. There we go.
I was thinking, which number? Oh.
This one here. There we go. So again, more frames. You've got 2 different squares. You've got that lovely frilly one in the middle.
Yeah, you've got even a really little. This would be nice for your mini makes.
It would, wouldn't it? And this little flower here, just on its own.
Yes.
You could have a little row, couldn't you?
Yeah, we're using this one in the demo.
Are we?
Yeah.
Okay. This one's from Linda Page.
Oh, that's nice. That's using the what's it called?
That's one of Linda's fancy frames.
Fancy frames.
Yeah.
Yes.
Works really well.
Effective.
And then final one from Josie Davidson.
Nice bit of designer parchment. And the matching designer paper, is that part? No, that's parchment.
Parchment as well.
Really lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely bit of perforating in here as well.
Yeah, it gives that effect, that illusion of it being pushed back, doesn't it?
It does. And actually, we're using that in the demo as well.
So,
yeah.
Very nice. So that's some artwork. Hopefully that maybe give you some ideas and inspiration. So let's just have a look at the details of it on the screen. The item number for this collection is 41456. This is Lucy's Folk Art Flowers A5 Square Groovi Plate Collection. £10 saving, bringing it down to £29.96. And before we start the demo, I just want to, maybe you're tuning in for the first time, I just want to bring to your attention, back by popular demand, we have our, hang on a minute, we have, let me take that information away from the screen. We've got our selected fresh cuts, just £3 each, promotion running at the moment. We kicked it off on midnight Thursday. We ran it over the Easter weekend, but we had a number of our friends that were away on holiday, or they missed out because they couldn't decide, or they'd spent up already. So we decided to run it on this bank holiday. The offer runs until midnight this evening. So maybe you've been thinking, I mean, that one just here, these lace frames, these are beautiful if you die cut these in parchment.
Yes.
There's 5 different designs in those, and they were based originally on Groovi plates. So that's the lace frames. We've got the treescape. I know some of them are starting to run out now. We've got that one there, which is Leonie's heart. What was that one called? It's called Leonie's nested. I can't read it upside down. Scribble.
And then there was also
circle.
a square.
There's a square as well.
But there's 5 different lace frames, isn't there? And
there is.
They were very popular. I mean,
Yes.
Everything was popular
Over the Easter weekend.
Yeah.
I know.
Because I was picking and packing, and I was just like, oh, more tags. Oh, more floral frames.
Yeah, more on this space, more on that space. And on Friday, we were looking at the nested tag ties, weren't we? In conjunction with a couple of Groovi plates.
Because I saw how popular the tags were. I thought, oh, this is a mini make. Let's make a demo out of the tags.
Yeah, because on a couple of the tag ties, we do have the Groovi plate to complement it.
Yes.
There's 2 of them, the Edwardian plaque and
the
it
arch.
was the arch one, wasn't it? So again, you can go back and look at Friday's TV show, or just go to the website, check out that section that says the fresh cut die sale. That runs until midnight today. Okay, so where are we headed, Louise, from this piece of artwork from Karen Jackson?
Okay, so this is a lovely demo that Karen Jackson did.
That's nice.
It is really nice. I think this is using the Northern Lights paper, but obviously you can use any paper. It looks really lovely either way. It's got a really lovely envelope style, hasn't it? It looks
it looks like it's been folded over.
It does, yes. So that's really lovely. And we've got lots of different techniques here. We've got obviously our white work. Then we've got our pergoliners with dorsal on the back. Then we've come in with the straight grid here.
Oh, right, to infill that border.
Yeah, and then to match. So this brings it out, and then this kind of pushes back in again because we've got the perforating with a straight grid in between the 2 borders.
Nice.
So a lovely little bit of white work, and then making the centres. So what I thought I'd do first is I'll trace out the inner part so that I can show you how Karen's, because this is just this flower.
And right, I was going to say I didn't recognise that design in the middle from the plates.
So Karen's made a lovely little bunch, of flowers. So I thought I'd show that, and then we can go into some of our white work and some grid work and things like that. So,
Okie dokie.
So here we go.
Here we go. Fasten your seatbelts, and we're off.
So tumble dry sheet.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to show you the internal part of. So I'm just going to trace out this little bit so we can get onto other bits.
Okay. Oh, so I see. So what Karen's done, she's just taken this part here.
Yes.
And this part here, hasn't she?
She has, yes.
And she's lined the parchment up on the plate mate. So if she didn't want to do any picot cutting, it gives a nice straight edge.
Exactly. So it's for any technique, really. I'm going to start. So if you into more of your picot cutting, then this is perfect. If you're not, then it doesn't matter either.
It's perfect as well.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to trace out from the flower, because in this design, Karen's done the flowers.
Yeah.
All 3 corners, and then we're just going to trace in that bit after.
Okay.
So, and these are really lovely plates. back in love with these actually, because they're perfect for all sorts of colouring, aren't they?
Yeah. I think when we looked at the artwork from the design team, you could see how you could keep it sort of quite neutral with just some white work, or you could go really colourful, colours of the rainbow, or that piece of artwork that Francis created.
Yeah, and that would look really lovely as well, like we were saying with the gel pens.
Yes. Yeah, because I think when these were released, I don't think we had the gel pens in stock at the time.
No. So with a lovely debossed effect, that would look really lovely. So just tracing around.
So easy to do, isn't it? To pick and choose the different elements.
Oh, I know. That's really the good thing about Groovi, isn't it? It's a bit like, you know, with your stamping, it looks really lovely because you can mask things out.
Yeah.
Whereas with Groovi plates, you don't even need to do the masking, do you?
You just need to remember where to stop.
Exactly. So to make sure you don't get overzealous. So I'm just going to...
Go on, sorry.
So I was just going to say I'm going to stop at the flower.
Okay.
Talking about stopping. And then go down the other end. What were you going to say, Paul?
What was I going to say? Maybe some of our friends already have these plates in their collection and they've created some artwork. I know the design team have already posted some artwork over on Facebook.
Yes, I saw that. Was really lovely to see some artwork ahead of the hour. It's always nice seeing who's created.
So maybe if you've already got these plates and you've created artwork with them previously and you've got pictures on them, why not share them on Clarity Worldwide, Groovi Worldwide, share them in Clarity Crafts Mini Makes and ATC's page as well.
Yes. I love seeing everybody's pieces of art. It's lovely inspiration for everyone, isn't it?
Yeah. I think often, as we've said in the past, is that sometimes you'll look at something and never think about doing something until you see somebody else do it.
No, exactly.
If that sort of makes sense.
No, definitely. Okay, so we're going to tackle the little bit that Karen's created. So I'm just lining up this flower here.
Right.
Let me move this up a little bit so we can see. So just a little bit further up from the flower, and we're going to line it up with the line of the flower on top. I'm going to do a little bit, yeah, about there. So we create the first flower just like we were. Just like that. Together with the leaves.
See that little flower just on its own. I could see that perfectly in a little ATC.
Yeah, definitely.
PTC.
They're perfect. All of these elements on here are perfect, aren't they? For example, you know, just these flowers or the little borders here just going around.
And the little corners, and you can have that. I mean, it naturally stops at that point, doesn't it, with the design?
Yes. You
like
go
here,
there.
this one here, it stops there, doesn't it?
It does. So there's nothing stopping you from...
You could, just have a little square.
Or even, for example, even if you're taking this flower design, having that as almost like an envelope at the top.
Oh, yeah.
So that could be like your little envelope, and then you could put some grid work in here on an ATC or PTC.
Nice.
Okay, so now we've done this little bit.
Yeah.
We're just going to turn it around. Like so.
Yeah.
There we go, about there, I think. And then going to hide that. That's the good thing about this as well, is you hide the leaf behind this leaf a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And the stem, so you just go up to the point of where the leaf finishes, and then just make sure that you don't go over the leaf with the flower. There Okay. And again with your
I suppose you
heart.
could just put the heart in, couldn't you? Like or you could just do the outline of that flower.
Yeah, you wouldn't even need to.
There's 3 or 4 different options just on that one image.
Definitely. There's lots of choices. There we go. So coming in with this flower.
So now you're becoming a gardener or a florist because you're creating your own bouquet.
Exactly.
It would be so simple if we could do that with real flowers.
I know. Did you see the picture of my wisteria?
I did indeed.
Yeah,
I love
so nice.
wisteria.
It's looking really pretty.
Really beautiful.
But it's starting to fall now. I keep on every day. I keep on waking up and there's a bit more of a purple carpet.
I think it's the weather, isn't it? I like that. Look at that.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
For some reason, I don't know why, and don't look at me strangely when I say this. I can see a lion's head in that flower.
Oh, yeah, with a little mane.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that would look really nice.
And then his nose, and then so the big thing is his nose.
And that's his little
face.
And that's his little mane.
Yeah. So you can see it now.
I can, yeah. Now that you've said it, I can see it, yeah.
Too much coffee. You'll
be finding secrets next. This would look nice as well if you were going to carry this round in a circle.
Yes, it would, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would look nice. Okay, so that's how you create your own little bunch of flowers using one element.
Yeah.
So now we've done that.
Okay.
We can go on to one that Karen made earlier. Let's take this out for a second. We'll do a little bit of white work. Shall we?
Oh, I see. So Karen's then just taken a straight line.
Yes.
Just to bring it together to create.
Yes, just one straight line. Or you can, so Karen here, she's perforated.
Right.
But you could also create a little fold line, like a little envelope.
And wrap it over.
And wrap it over, like you were saying earlier, using the 2 or the 3, just to create a soft line.
Yes.
And tease it over with a ruler. And then you've got a little fold. And that works with anything. For example, if you didn't want to use brads, you could use a fold over one side of your card.
Yeah.
So it's a way of creating another way. If it's a very intricate piece and there's no room for any brads, then it gives you the option of using the wrap over technique
to attach it to the card.
Yeah,
I like that idea.
But I prefer to use brads, to be fair. I just find they look a bit like like a little picture nails.
Yeah.
For me, anyway.
They do, and they can be sort of like the centre of flowers or the.
Yeah, you can hide them.
Diddy, they don't overpower, do they?
No, exactly. Okay, so I'm going to come in with my number 3 and 4 Groovi tools.
Okay, now Louise, what's it you're using on your desktop there?
Oh, my tool caddy.
So Louise has a tool caddy or tool holder fully loaded with all the different tools that she's going to be using during this hour. Let's bring some details up on the screen for you. This is still, poor Barb and Dave are still making, well, as Barb announced on Sunday, Dave has now been designated as the assembler of these tool caddies, tool holders. So Louise has got all of hers. If I bring it up, we can see. Louise's got, so she's got her pencils. It's like a workstation planner, isn't it?
It is, yeah, because obviously before we had these, I'd have all of my bits and pieces rolling around the table, and it's so much easier to have everything there
that you're going to use in this particular project.
Yeah.
And Barb did the same on Sunday with the stamp pens when she was using those little stamps from those brand new stamp sets, the A5. What did we gave them a name, and then we decided to change the name.
All the little wee folk, and they also had trees.
They built a landscape stamp sets. So if you missed the Sunday show, again, you can go back and watch that on catch up. And the dies were a real game changer.
I know. I was watching the show and saying, I don't have enough time to do die cutting, but I really want to do some die cutting now.
It is. It just Barb did these lovely landscapes as 123 online courses, which are still available. It was like a 5-hour process to do that because it is a sequence of events that you have to follow, and it's all done manually. When we did the 12 by 12 canvas boards, it's an 8 by 8 image, and on Sunday we launched the 6 by 6 dies. And it was a fantastic, it was just over, it was about 2 hours 15 or something. It was a fantastic afternoon show. So if you missed out on that, don't forget you can go back and watch on those as well.
Yeah, they're really
but the tool
clever.
caddy is a real, let me just bring the details up of the tool caddy. So you can see there, it's perfect for your stamp pens and also for your Pergamano tools. And what's nice is that nice and slim, so they'll hold 12 tools. Item number for that is 31797. There we go. So let's go back and see where.
They're not just useful for things like the other day. I was putting my
you was laying all your pens,
colour.
to stop them rolling around.
Yeah, I was laying them all flat so they wouldn't roll around on the floor because they obviously they're a bit too wide to fit in here. So I was like, oh, what else could I'd just poke them in between the two tools.
Oh dear.
Right, so this is
apparently I'm not going to name any names just in case
wasn't me.
No, in case our friends other halves are listening. I don't want to get anyone's trouble. I have a habit of naming people and then saying, oh, my other half was listening. So one of our lovely customers, tools holders arrived this morning and already filled. There you go.
Nice.
So
how many?
Yes. My holders.
More than one.
So I'm guessing there's more than one. So I'm definitely not going to name that person. Okay, so where are we going now?
So I thought I'd do a little bit of white work.
Okay.
So let's start on the flower first. So lovely Karen, she's done a little bit of white work. Just gives it a little bit of interest, doesn't it? Rather than just the colour. It's having a little bit of where am I?
So we're still working on the back.
Yes, and we're working on the soft side of the mat.
Okay, so flip that over.
You can
zoom in on that, I reckon, Lou.
Yeah. So you can either use the 3 and the 4 Groovi tool.
Yeah.
Or for the larger tools, you can use, this is a 4.5.
Yeah.
So you can use, and that will give you a softer look because it's slightly larger.
So you're starting from the outside line and going towards the centre of the flower.
Yes, and leaving a gap in the middle.
Right, okay. So I'm sure this was covered in our 123 foundation course, wasn't it?
It was, yes.
So that still available to purchase, even though we've finished the live shows. The item number for the Groovi foundation course, which covered an introduction to like white work, colour, and perforating and picot cutting. The item number for that is 60220. It's funny, I know that number off by heart. As I do, I know the number off by heart, excuse me, for Barbara's course, which is 60222. And Louise is currently working on the next one, which is all about white work, isn't it?
All about white work, yes. So I'm doing a lot of stage prepping at the moment, getting it all ready. Very exciting.
Okay, so we've got a little bit of white work on there.
We have, yes. So where did I put it? There we go.
There we go. It's just a little bit, isn't it? And would you just do one layer?
Depends if you wanted a faint. Again, it's on the front. So if you wanted a faint slight of white work, then that's just one layer. You can then layer on top of that because that's obviously a very grey white work because that's just very lightly. But you could go into, you know,
I suppose it depends what you're
few
going to
more.
put behind it, doesn't it?
It is. So, for example, if I go over a little bit whiter,
That
on one side.
4.5 mil ball tool, the item number for the 4.5 is 70015. And there's definitely a difference in the application from using the 4.5 from using the Groovi number 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, 3, and 4 tool.
Yes, because this is number 4, and then this is
Yeah.
the 4.5, and it's even a little bit smaller than the 3.
Yes.
This is 2.8.
2.8. Yes,
yeah,
that's right.
So the 3 mm. So it was really well designed in the fact that you don't have any replica sizes.
Yeah, but there's definitely a difference when we're adding white work. I'm going to take my little finger and just make.
Yep.
So here, where you're using the number 4 tool, I'm not saying it's not perfect, but when you're using the 4.5, because it's got that larger surface to it,
Yes,
it's given you, for me, a more, not a whiter look. Whiter's not the right.
It's almost like a bit more of an airbrushed look, isn't
Yes.
it? Rather than this, because I've
streaky.
Yes. But the larger the ball tool, if you get away with the largest size that you can, you know, you could get the 6 mm in here, but I prefer to use the 4.5 because I just think it's.
Plus, you can see where you're going.
Exactly. You? So this is slightly whiter.
Yeah.
Than this one. So if I come in with the colour, so I'm going back onto my hard surface.
Okay.
Well, here we are. So this is our whiter.
Yeah.
So that's 2 layers.
So you're using the pergolina pencil. So you're using the B pencils on this one.
Yes.
Item number 70063.
Okay, so just coming in.
And would you be using our colouring essentials kit now, Louise?
I would indeed.
So this is the item number 70431. It has your Dorso oil, it has your spot-on sponges, your 2 different mix mats, some top-up blending nibs, and your double-ended eraser pencil as well.
I'm just coming in with my blending pen.
Would that be this blending pen? 70440.
That's the one. Right, so I'm just going to. Oh, a bit too much there. Getting overzealous with the Dorso oil.
So too much oil removes the colour, as does the double-ended eraser pencil as well.
There we are. Then you can always go in with it, obviously, very faintly.
Would you allow the Dorso oil to evaporate first? Would you get a better result?
You would, yes. Yeah, you would get a better result to letting it dry first. But it's you can still do it slightly when it's wet. So here we go.
So if we put that little bit of white card underneath, maybe. So you can definitely see where you've got the colour.
Yes.
I'm wondering whether we put it on.
Bit of cream.
Cream, yes.
There we go.
A cream piece of paper. There we go.
There we are. Oh,
there we go. So you can definitely see.
Yeah.
Right.
So also, if you take this way, you can see how the difference in the stages shows up on the
colour itself. Yeah, so that one there near your finger, that's where you did a couple of layers, wasn't it?
Yeah, so that's 2 layers. Obviously, I would let it rest beforehand.
Yeah.
We haven't got time for that.
We never have time
to let the parchment rest.
We haven't got time to rest. No. We're very wicked here at Carrot
So
Towers.
yeah, so that's 2, and then that's 1. So there's slightly.
So it's all about having choices, isn't it?
Exactly, and you can always add a little bit more colour in the centre of the flower to give it some depth.
Yeah.
So there's always plenty of options.
Super duper.
Okay, so when you've done the white work and the colour, it should look like this. Ignore the grid work because we're about to do that now.
Okay.
Yeah, so in the centre as well, lovely Karen, she's used the diagonal grid.
Really?
Yeah.
It's coming closer.
To create like a little
Oh, I see. I was looking at that empty one and I'm thinking, goodness me, my eyes are getting really bad. I can't see any grid work.
Back to Specsavers. No, so that's using the diagonal grid, and she's created a bit like how the flower tool perforates.
Oh, yes.
It creates a really
Oh,
lovely.
I like that. I didn't even notice that until you pointed it out.
Well,
Well, when you pointed out the empty one, I definitely didn't notice it.
So there's lots of bring the diagonal. So I thought I'd just show you that because that looks really nice.
Okay, so we've got the diagonal and the straight grids on the screen at the moment.
So obviously you would do it before adding the colour.
Because it's easier to see.
It'd be easier to see, yes. However,
says Louise.
That's it, isn't it? We can take the colour away. Oh. Can we see? There we are.
Right, so because Karen's used the pergoliner pencils, and even though this was done quite a while back, it shows that you can still take the colour away.
5 years ago. There we go. So we bring this back in. So now we've erased the colour.
Yeah.
There we go. So we can.
Oh, I can definitely see that a lot better, can't we?
There we go. So then we're just going to use the number 2 tool just to create that little flower detail.
So now,
so as long as you've got one dot in the middle, you'll know that you'll get that perfect flower shape.
Hey, look at that. So they are no longer lions. Yeah. They are now flowers.
With a spotty nose.
Spotty nose.
So, yes.
I dread to think what's being said in the chat. I'm not even going to go there. Yeah.
Okay, so now we've done a little bit of white work in our flowers, and we've done our colour.
Okay.
I thought we'll go into doing the straight grid.
Yeah.
And we'll do a little bit of the straight grid with the embossing dots, and then we can go in and use but not with the diagonal one.
Not with the diagonal, we're going with the straight.
Although you can do, but it would look a bit silly next to Karen's lovely
dots,
straight on the other side. But it would still look really lovely with diagonal.
So I suppose you've got the options. If you've gone for the collection where you get both the straight and not the diagonal and the straight, then you've got choices. Play around, just trace out an element on a scrap piece of parchment and see what you can come up with.
The perfect thing about Groovi it's all about choices.
Yes.
You can choose whatever you.
Sometimes there's too many choices.
Too many choices. It's like when we were doing the sentiments and panels design pieces.
Yes.
I was sitting down and I was thinking, oh my gosh, there's too many choices, because usually we get it's using the number 2 tool. Usually we get you use this with this or something, but it was almost like the world's your oyster, go have fun.
Yeah.
And then it's a bit like when you can't find anything on telly, even though you've got about
all the channels in the world.
Yeah, loads of channels.
But there's nothing decent to watch, is there?
And then you're thinking, oh my gosh, there's so many choices. I don't know what I fancy, what mood I'm in. It was a bit like that. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to use. Oh, I'll use this.
What did Jane call it? I can't remember what Jane called it. I'll have to ask her, because I'm showcasing those plates on Hobby Maker on Friday.
Yes.
So I'll have to ask Jane to remind me, because I thought it was a really lovely way of explaining it. Actually, it'll be in my text messages from Jane.
Yeah.
Let me have a look.
Yeah, because now I'm interested.
There we go. So Jane said it was like a one-stop shop for sentiments.
Oh, yes.
I need to send that to myself. Otherwise, I will forget come Friday.
So, like you said, it's a very good way of describing the sentiments plates.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I bet a lot of people that will be their go-to for sentiments now.
I definitely think so.
Because I know for me, it was just like, now I have it, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I could use this for all my cards.
Yeah. So if you're wondering, you're tuning in, you're thinking, what are they talking about? Let me just find the item number for you, because on my phone, I can go to Catch Up and Craft. I can go back to Friday's TV show with Louise and myself, and I can shop the show here, and I can go there, and the collection number is 42482. That's the Occasion Sentiments and Panels A4 and A5 square Groovi plate duo. There we go.
Perfect. They are really, really lovely to work with. Okay, so I'm just kind of rejigging it so it's...
So now we're on the front.
We are on the front. Yep.
I missed that bit because I was looking up a number.
Yep, so just rejigging it back into
They
place.
slot back in, don't they?
They do. It's very
Which
handy.
really helps. Especially if you're picking up a piece that maybe you haven't worked on in a while. Then it does slot back in. The same if you've traced out a design. Let's come in on the side camera on that one. Have to come towards me a little bit, Lou. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, so if you've been working on a piece and you come back to it after a period of time, whether you've done the tracing out and you've taken it, you'll feel it slot back into the groove. And then just like this piece of artwork that's been partially finished, Louise is able to relocate those perforations into the grid to continue the pattern without thinking, oh, it looks a little bit crooked, it looks a little bit wonky. It's perfect.
Yeah, it's just so much easier. And it just pushes, as we were saying earlier, pushes the design back, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So we have the embossed dots, it brings it out, and then you have the perforations and almost like debosses it.
Yeah, and I know this was something, I can't remember when we launched them now, the Richelieu collection of plates, and Barb did that demo that really showed where it pushed it back and then brought it forward. Excuse me.
They are lovely.
It was this year we launched those. I'm sure it was.
Was it?
I think so.
Yeah, beginning of the year.
I think so. I can't believe we're in May already.
I know. That is crazy, isn't it? Scary.
It really, I think what doesn't help, not what doesn't help, obviously time moves on, doesn't it? But for April, we had obviously the Easter bank holiday because it was a different time of year this year. And then it just seems we just got over that bank holiday weekend, which was a Friday and a Monday. And then we've had bank holiday weekend here in the UK that's just happened.
I know, that was...
And then there's another one at the end of the month as well.
Yeah, we have two, don't we, in May?
2 in May, yeah. And talking of 2 in May, we've also got our amazing open days coming up. They are not far off now. I'm just trying to find where I put the ticket.
I know everybody's getting excited about those.
Yeah. I had here we go, the tickets. So there are 2 days for the open days. You have Friday, let me just bring this, I'm going to bring these over on this camera here. There we go, positioned. There we go. So we have our Friday. So the item number for that ticket is 60207. All of our events this year are taking place at the Community Centre in Ditton, which is near Maidstone in Kent. It's a lovely venue. There's lots of free parking. The day ticket is £10. There's no club discount on that. And then, so that is for the Friday. If you want to make a weekend of it, then we have a ticket for the Saturday. Item number for that is 60208. Then, if you want to make a real weekend of it, we have 2 workshops on Sunday, the 1st of June. And we have some spaces, our limited availability. You can get Inky and Arty with Barbara. And that is on Sunday, the 1st of June. The item number for that is 60209. And then if you want to get all party and groovy, Linda has designed a brand new groovy plate for the Sunday workshop. Item number for that is 60210. So because they're both running at the same time, you can't think, oh, I want to do both, unless you can split yourself into two.
Unless you've acquired the cloning process.
Yeah. However, maybe what you want to do, maybe if you're coming to the open days and then you're thinking, right, I'll do a workshop. We also have our summer retreats as well, which run in August. And this year, what we've decided to do is add the parchment retreat to the same period, which we normally used to do in October time.
Yeah.
But we thought, since we're at the venue for the summer retreats, so it's, I've got the details here, I think. Hang about. Let me have a look. Okay, so you've got the Monday and Tuesday. Let's go back on to that one. Monday and Tuesday with Barb. Item number 60211. So that's getting inky and arty with Barb. Then the following, so that's a Monday and a Tuesday. Then Wednesday, Thursday, there's another 2 days. Get inky and arty with Barbara. Item number 60212. Then we have a day to regroup, which is the Friday. And then on the Saturday and Sunday, which is the 23rd, 24th of August, item number 60213. That's Groovy Parchment Art made easy with the lovely Linda Williams as well. So maybe you're coming to the open days and you think, right, okay, this time I'm going to do a 1-day course with, say, Linda. And then for the summer one, I'll do 2 days with Barb. Or, again, I'm not mentioning any names. Some of our friends, they come along in the summer and they do 2 days with Barb, then they stay over and they do 2 days with Linda. Because many of our friends at home do inky, arty, messy, and they also do beautiful, calm and clean groovy as well.
Yeah, the good thing about groovy and stamps and dies and everything is it all can work together, can't it, as well?
It does indeed, yeah.
So, because I used to do stamps and stencils before Groovi came along, and I've kind of gone, because I just fell in love with
the techniques,
the parchment and the techniques and everything. So I learned as much as I could.
Aren't we glad about that, my friends? Now Louise is back on board with us with the 1, 2, 3 courses, and obviously demonstrating the various products on our 2 o'clock shows.
Because we're heading into the white work one now.
Absolutely. Okie dokie. So where are we going now on this piece?
So we've finished the. Oh, sorry, over here. We finished the using the straight grid. On this part here, and we've just done a little bit of on the straight grid.
Okay.
So what you would do is, obviously you can see a big difference between. Let me bring that off. Is the size of the holes on this side to that side.
Yes.
So that is because Karen has reperforated.
Right. Or she's deep perforated to start with.
Or that. Either way.
Okay.
So using my, put it on there. There.
Yep.
Is that right? Or should I
towards you, towards me.
To me,
when I meant towards you, I meant towards you.
Oh, towards me as in.
Towards you, as in not away from you.
There we go. So then you would just reperforate into the holes, and it just ties it in with the.
So I suppose really what you've just showcased there, Louise, if we look on the overhead on this, if we go back over there, okay. So if I take, I need something to poke with, so to speak.
Do you want a poke tool?
Yes, please.
One poke tool.
Okay. So when we look at this element here, which Karen first did, I reckon that Karen, when she was perforating into super foam underneath.
Through the grid,
straight through the grid, into the super foam, and you get the larger perforation. However, if you want a more delicate look to it, then what Louise has done on her perforating is that she's perforated onto a hard mat. So it's just a tool, the 1 needle bold, it's only going in as far as the hard mat. So you can see from one grid, you can get 2 different size perforations.
You can, yes.
So that really shows, because again, this is something that I've picked up on. I would never have thought about perforating straight onto a hard mat, but that definitely makes a difference in the size of the perforations.
And similarly, you could do that with the fine grid as well.
Yes.
So you could go through with using the one fine needle tool.
Yeah.
You could just do to the half mat, or then you could do a little bit deeper. And it won't be obviously as deep as this because this is one needle bold, but it will still be different to.
Yeah, definitely. So for me, this really shows, because this is the first time I've seen it side by side as a comparison.
Yeah.
I mean, I've often seen Louise do the perforating onto a hard mat, but now as a comparison using what Karen's done, where she's definitely would have gone into the super foam to do that.
Yes, because that's using the whole.
Yeah.
Quite a deep.
But to do that area here on the hard mat really does make a difference. So I thought it was useful just to share that with our friends at home.
Yeah. So now that we've, say for example, we've
Oops-a daisy.
Oops-a daisy. It's okay. It wasn't into the way. Sorry, Karen.
That could have been a moment there, couldn't it, Louise?
Nervous laughter.
Nervous laughter indeed.
So after that, then I would just picot cut around the edge, like lovely Karen's done here.
So in order to picot cut around the outside head, how do we make the holes?
So we
or
would
the perforations.
You see what I've done? I've kind of like come out.
You've ignored your tool holder and you've just chucked everything on the table.
How rude.
So Louise was talking about the advantages of having that tool caddy, and she's ignored her own advice, which we often do, don't we?
We do, yeah.
We often say, do as we say and not as we do.
Okay, that looks tidier.
It looks tidier now.
Okay. Okay, so we would follow. Let me go down a bit. There we go. So lovely Karen's done the first part for me.
Yeah.
So I'm using this is a 2 needle fine, but you can use a 2 needle bold.
Okay.
So the difference with that is that you would get a smaller hole, but also they would be closer together.
Yeah. Coming on that side.
Use my.
We're probably gonna come over
about there.
To about, where was it? We're there, aren't we? Hang on, I can't get it. Hang on. There we go. Can you work on that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Firmly stick it. So yeah, so then I would just use my 2 needle tool. Like I was saying, you could use a 2 needle bold or 2 needle fine.
I suppose it depends how far you are on your journey, doesn't it?
It is, yeah. I mean, I'm feeling a little bit adventurous now because my glasses now work.
I often find it helps if you can see what you're doing.
Yes, it really does. I've been waiting for a long time to get these glasses.
I think I need to go back. Barb keeps saying she needs to go as well. I think we need to do a block booking.
One after the other.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is, now you've done back in we go. So I've just done it a little bit.
Yeah.
So you can go in very finely with your 1 needle tool.
To reperforate
and make the holes a little bit.
Can we see a comparison before we do all of that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There we go.
There you go. And then you'd come in with your
perga cutters. Louise has lost her perga cutters. I can see them hiding on her desk.
Are they?
It's hiding on the desk because she hasn't put them in the tool caddy.
Really?
It's underneath that broom plate. This is why Louise needs a second tool caddy.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Okay.
You're a bad influence, Paul.
Me? No. I don't get the blame for making people buy stuff. Not at all. Paul made me do it, church. That's what I'm known as. with our friends at home.
I think you're right, though. I do think I need the second one. I need a couple at home too. There we go. So if I
There's always one, isn't there?
One
little snip that just wants to stay in place.
There we go. So that's using the 2 needles also.
And that's if you wanted to pico cut, isn't it? I mean, as we said when we looked at when you was tracing out earlier on,
it still looks lovely
with a straight edge as well, doesn't it?
And if you, for example, if you just went straight across like this and just created it round, you could then do some dotty effects in here.
Yeah.
So there's choices. That's the good thing about Puff Groovi.
Yeah. I can't believe that hour has gone.
It goes far too quickly.
It really, really does. So we'll just have a little bit of a recap. Maybe you've just tuned in right at the end. So let's have a look. So we've been focusing on a collection. Oh, where's it gone? Ooh. Put it back on the screen. Item number, I'm going to go full screen on this. Item number 41456. This is Lucy's Folk Art Flowers A5 Square Groovi Plate Collection. You have a £10 saving, bringing it down to £29.96. If you're a Diamond Club member, that brings it down even further to £25.47. But the current saving, as it stands, is 4 for the price of 3. Then we were also looking at those grids. So the item number for the grids is 41233. That has a £5 saving, bringing it down to £25.98. Then we looked at the pergola pencils, item number 70063, £29.99. Then we had a look at the colouring essentials kit, which is worth adding if you're going to go for the pencils. And the item number for that is 70431. That has a £3.50 saving, bringing it down to £17.97. Then blending pen. Never had too many blending pens, can you, Louise?
That's true. I've got about 5 over here.
Blending pens and mapping pens.
A bit like stamping pens. They're, when you're doing lots of colouring, they're just really good just to...
If you've got several fully loaded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're really handy for all your different... Say, for example, you're blending 2 colours together or 3 colours together. And then you've got 3...
And then you've got to take this one out, put that one back in, and then the other one rolls on the floor. Where's that colour gone?
Exactly. A bit like stamp pens.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a good idea to have multiple.
And then if you, like Louise, want to top up on your tool holders for stamp pens and Pergamano tools, the item number for that is 31797. So where are we now? We're Tuesday. Yes, we're definitely Tuesday. So what have we got coming up for the rest of this week? So we're Tuesday, Wednesday tomorrow is Barb's very first live part 1 of the 1, 2, 3 landscape and stamping course. So I know many of our friends are looking forward to that. So that's a paid event. Information can be found on our website. The item number for that is 60222. Then on Thursday, 7 o'clock in the evening is back in the shack with Barb. I'm just going to do that little Stampy demo that ran out of time on Sunday, and then continue with the letter W in the shack. Then Friday, there's no 10 o'clock. We decided this morning during our early morning conversation, catch-up conversation, there won't be a 10 o'clock Clarity Social TV show on Friday. The products that we're going to feature on that show will now feature on Monday at 2 o'clock. I'll be heading up to Hobbymaker. Well, I'll be up at Hobbymaker, and I will be on at 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock, all things Groovi. I'll be shining a light on Louise's foundation course, together with those occasion sentiment plates and panels. And then at 6 o'clock, I'm going to showcase some lovely fresh cut dies to our friends at Hobbymaker. and we're going with the floral panels and our Pergamano poppets printed card toppers on Friday at 6 o'clock. So thank you ever so much for your company. Thank you as always to lovely Gracie over in New York, very kindly feeding me through. And I say I'm not going to name and shame. Well, it's not shame, is it? I'm not going to name the lady. That's what I'll say. It's a lady whose tool holders arrived this morning and they're fully filled. And thank you as always to the lovely Louise.
Thank you, Paul.
So Louise, you'll be back with us on Tuesday.
Yeah.
For another episode of Groovi Tuesday, starting a brand new project.
We are
on Tuesday. Looking forward to that one.
Yes.
So enjoy the rest of your day and your week. We look forward to keeping you company very, very soon. Take care now.
Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.